Hello, everyone. So it was a little bit paused in the middle of all of the rain today, so I decided to take this video outside. As you can see up here, I am at Starbucks, so that's kind of nice that one perk about this business is you can take it literally wherever you're at. So I really love that. As you hop on, go ahead and post a comment for me. Let me know that you're here, that you're hanging out with me. And I really hope that you can hear me. As you can see, some people have crazy loud vehicles. So, today we are talking about misconceptions of this business and general fears about it. So the fears that I mostly had when I was coming into it. That I'll give you like the breakdown of those and just kind of explain them. There are four main ones that I'm going to be talking about. My fear of being salesy, the fear that I had to be perfectly in shape, the fear that I wouldn't have enough time for this, or how much time does it take, and then will I even make money? Will I be successful with this? So those are the four things I'm going to be talking to you about. So let's get down to it with sales. So right away, I'm sure that we've all had those people this day and age, and maybe if it gets too loud, I'm just going to move to my car because these cars are kind of annoying. We've all had those people this day and age, and maybe you thought that this is what I was doing when I messaged you, and I'm so sorry if that's what you thought. But we've all been messaged by somebody who, like, right away, they just kind of like scream, like, sale. I just like want to get your money, right? Like somebody that's like, hey, have you ever thought about trying this wrap or this tea or whatever it is, right? And right away, like, that's such a big turnoff. Like, we don't want that. We don't want to be sold by something. We don't want somebody messaging us just to kind of like get our money, right? Like, without even knowing if it's something that we would want. I did not want to be that way with people. I still don't want to be that way with people. And this business is not about that, because this business is your business. But going into it, when I had no idea that, I am so blessed that I got connected with my coach that I did. There are thousands and thousands of Beachbody coaches out there, right? And each one runs their business differently. My coach and our team, we are not a salesy team. We are focused on being intentional with people and building the relationship, not just making the sale. But do those coaches exist out there? Yeah, they do. And so it's sad, because then you get that rep of like, oh, you're trying to sell me something, you're doing that same thing that this other girl did. Well, she tried to sell me, and I don't want to do that. So when people are in like these boot camps with me after they get out of a boot camp, right? They do not walk away from that and think like, oh my gosh, like that girl just sold me this, right? Like, no, they walk away from it and they think, oh my gosh, like that girl just helped me get all of these tools to change my life. That's what we're going for. And I am thankful that God humbled me to realize his purpose in this, so that like I'm looking for my people that they don't want to just like make fast money out of this. They want to take the time to build those relationships, to get to know people, to make it about changing lives and not just selling somebody a product and then never talking to them again. That's why when I do set somebody up with a new boot camp or a new challenge pack or something, I try to give them the tools that I can to change their life, to change their mindset with food, and develop a healthy exercise routine. Even just like getting more sleep, like whatever I can do to support them in that, I'm going to be there because they chose me as their coach, right? So it's not about just making the sale. And if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for something salesy, if you want to be a salesman, more power to you. But then this is not the team for you. Hi, I saw somebody just popped on. Drop a comment so I can see who is watching. The second one was my fear of like, do I have to be perfectly in shape for this? Like, do I have to have a 6-pack and be ripped and have all of these like awesome like transformation pictures or whatever? And no, you do not. Hey, Krista, how's it going? You do not have to be perfectly in shape. I mean, I'm not, right? And here's the thing. I want you to think about how many people you know in your life that are perfect. Probably none, right? Like absolutely zero. None of us know somebody who's perfect. And so what's awesome about this journey is that you are not doing this to be perfect. Like you're doing this to show progress. And so that's one big thing on our team that we talk about is like showing progress, making progress, not showing perfection, because that's unattainable, right? Like if that's what we're seeking in this and that's what I'm striving for, then it's never going to happen and I'm just going to be disappointed. So no, you do not have to be perfectly in shape. And the thing that's great about that is that makes you more relatable, right? Like who wants to look at somebody's posts on Instagram or whatever and think like, oh my gosh, this person has a perfect life. You know, like we just sit there and we scroll and we idolize them, but that's not realistic, right? So what's awesome about this is that like I signed up, for the business side of it, but I also signed up for me. Like in the very, very, very beginning, how I talked about yesterday, I did not sign up initially to be a coach. Like I signed up because I was moving and I wasn't going to have a gym anymore, you know? So I signed up for me. I signed up because at the very worst that was going to happen, I was going to get healthier, eat better, and be in shape, you know? So what I love about this business is that it's yours and you're working on yourself too. You're not showing people that, hey, I have hit all of like these amazing things and I've reached all my goals and then that's the end point. No, like we're always reaching or working toward our goals, right? So the third thing, we've talked no sales. We've said, no, you don't have to be perfect to do this. And the third thing was, did I have enough time for this? Like, am I going to be too busy or am I going to be able to even be successful or have enough time to devote to it? When I started coaching a little over a year ago, I was a first-year teacher. I was commuting to my job, working full-time as a teacher. On top of that, I also had 10 school programs a year that I was required to organize and teach the kids music for, and do all of the work outside of school that comes with that. So making programs and arranging the locations and all of that. There was just so much that went into it, and it was exhausting and really draining. I loved it, but it made my life busy. I was also volunteering at church. I was on 3 worship teams at my church and helping out with youth group on Wednesday nights. I was leading up before school choir at my school 2 days a week. There was a lot going on. Like I didn't feel like I had an extra moment to spare. I know on our team, there are so many full-time working moms and wives and all of this good stuff that like they were worried about coaching, cutting into the important things in their lives. And what my coach told me when I first became a coach was, if you have like 1 hour a day to dedicate to this business, you will be successful. She told me, you're pretty much doing the things already that, you know, you need to do to be a coach. Like I was working out already every day. I was even sharing my journey with my own fitness journey on Instagram kind of at that point. I was talking to people about what I was doing because people were reaching out to me and asking about it. So I was already kind of doing all of these things anyway that a coach would do. I will be honest with you, because my coach was honest with me, that this takes hard freaking work. Like it just does. You wouldn't expect to sit on your couch and eat donuts and watch TV all day and lose weight, right? So why would I expect to sit on my phone or watch TV all night and be successful in my business? I just wouldn't, right? And so it does take work. It does take some of your time. And I've learned that some of like the little things that I've had to sacrifice sometimes now are totally worth it to me in the long run, because I have this dream in mind. I have this goal in mind that someday when I have a family, that someday when I'm married and I have kids, that if I want to be at home with them, I can do that. And I won't be tied down to a job, right? That would be amazing to have. And yes, like, so right now, if that means that maybe I have to not just be like sitting and scrolling on my phone through like Instagram or whatever, but I'm actually, messaging people, or I am listening to a podcast in my car in the mornings instead of the radio. That is something that like, that fuels my fire. I have turned 100% into a podcast person because I am able to start my day with positivity, right? Like, I love music. I'm a music teacher. But I don't listen to music in my car anymore, because that's so much time of my day that I can be listening to a book that I've really been wanting to read, or I can listen to somebody who is going to help me with the tools that I need to fuel my business. Things like that, like making those kinds of sacrifices that are not hard to make, and still just having success with it. With the having enough time thing, though, I do set boundaries. There are certain hours of the day that I will not work on coaching stuff. I do not want to be hanging out with my family and be sitting on my phone and emailing people all the time, or commenting on people's stuff, or responding to comments. So I try to set those times where, I'm going to be in the moment and be present with my family, because that's important. So setting those office hours or those boundaries are crucial, because you do need that freedom too, and you do need to be able to unwind and step away from your phone. Okay, so that's with having enough time. There is one more crucial point that I want to talk about. That was one of my biggest fears when I was coming into this, and even a couple months ago, this was one of my biggest fears. Hey, there's somebody that popped on. Drop a comment below so I know who's hanging out with me. And if you have any questions, please comment in the comments. I just want to give you a shout out, like my girl Krista, who hopped on for a couple minutes. My last fear was, will I even make money with this? And I kind of talked yesterday about how I was terrified that I was failing people. I wasn't making money. I wasn't being successful. I didn't feel like I was supporting people. The best part about going into this, like I've said before, is that, if you're signing up, what's up, Krista? That if you're committing to work on you, then like, you're not going to lose anything out of this. Like, there's no hidden, like coach cancellation fee or anything, that if you fail as a coach and that, you're going to be charged this or whatever. And so you're not signing up for these products that like you need to sell, like in so many other businesses, you have to buy like hundreds or even sometimes thousands of dollars of product to sell those and then make a profit. Like one of my best friends, she got into lip sense, which is awesome. Like, I don't know if you've tried that, the stuff that, doesn't move, no smudge proof and all that cool stuff, right? Like, it's an awesome product, but she had to buy it before she was able to make a profit. And so she was spending hundreds of dollars on it a month and then hoping she could sell it. And she did very well for herself. But with this, we don't have that where like we're putting our money on the line, right? Like, I paid the exact same price that any other coach pays to start being a coach. And I did that for me. Like, I was doing that anyway, because that was my gym membership for the year. So I paid $160 to start as a coach, just like I would have done if I was a customer signing up for a challenge pack, right? And then didn't have to pay anything extra and didn't have to worry about like, will somebody be buying this off of me, Now, my goal when I became a coach was to help 3 people in my first month as a coach, because helping 3 people would make back then the money that I invested in that business, that $160 that I was investing for myself. Helping 3 people would help me make that money back. And then I'm not even like paying for my own gym membership at that point. And I ended up helping 4 people in my first 2 weeks as a coach. And that like rocked my world. I was like, oh my gosh, like I can do this. Anybody can do this. You know, anybody can help people do what they're doing and walk alongside them. And that's what I was doing. I was telling people when they were signing up with me, I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, like I'm a brand new coach. And since then, I feel terrible sometimes with those people because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I was a total newbie. Hey, there's somebody else that hopped on. Drop a comment so I can give you a shout out. But I was telling those people, you know, that were asking me, what are you doing? And what is this workout program that, you know, has got you so jazzed and is, you know, giving you these results? And I would just tell them and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I want to do that too. And I'd be honest with them right up front because I didn't know what I was doing, that, you know, I'm brand new at this, but if you want to walk through this with me, then let's do it. Right? Like, I'm not going to pretend to know all of the answers or pretend to know everything, but if you are in this for a healthier you, then I want to be there with you. Like, I want to support you. I want to cheer you on because we'll be doing it together. So that's what I love too. I was afraid that I wouldn't make any money with it. And, it does take time to make money. It's not going to happen overnight, but like those couple of pictures that I shared with you earlier today, like those are the coaches that are also on my team that are like a little bit above me, and they're just like totally rocking it, right? Like they made a couple hundred, you know, in 1 month, and then would make 2,000, and then the next year, like they were making thousands of dollars in 1 month. And those are the people that I look to in this business, and I'm like, you know what? Like, forget all of these lies or these fears that I've had that have told me I can't pay off my student loan debt, or I'm never going to be able to pay off this or this or this, that I'm going to die with that debt. No, like I'm not going to be held down by that. I want a free life from that debt that I have, and I know I'm going to have to bust my butt to get there, but I know that someday I want to be maybe a stay-at-home mom, or I want to be able to have the freedom to go where I want or travel with my family, and this is going to help me with that. And this has helped so many other coaches on my team and so many families that I've seen that have been able to quit their teaching jobs or leave what they're doing. And I love what I do. But if someday this gives me the freedom to stay home with my kids, you better bet that I'm going to do that. So those were the fears that I had when I was going into it. If you have any of those same questions or fears, or you're just kind of like, you know what, I don't know about this. I don't know. Hey, Cassandra, no problem. Let me know later if you have any questions. Okay, girl. But if you have any of those same questions or fears, please let me know. Please ask me questions. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be answering questions on what I even do as a coach, what my dreams are, and how we make an income, because that's super important, right? Like we want to know how we make money in this. That's like many people's motivation to do it. So I just want to leave you with this last thought for the day, that you cannot fail in this business if you are 100% about helping people. And I know that so many people, like so many of your jobs anyway, that's like the people that are in this group in particular, are helping people. There are teachers and moms and wives and so many other areas of life that like you help people. That's what you do. And I think that there's so many people here that would be awesome at this. Okay. So just keep that in the back of your mind that you can be successful at this if you are totally in it to help people. So, all right, I will be checking in with you all. I just realized it totally looks like I'm not wearing a shirt. I promise I am. So, super cute. All right. Have a good night, guys. I will check in with you later. Bye.